We are live. Good morning, everybody. Don't adjust your set. Soulshine is back.
Woo-hoo! In the house.
And we don't sing from our seats, people. You know the drill. We sing from our feet, not from our seats. I said that wrong. It's been a while. Welcome back, Soulshine. I'm glad to have you. We're going to do a song, a Ricky Byers song, I Release. Ready? Here we go.
And I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life.
And my heart.
And my heart is
open
wide.
Yes, I'm only.
Yes, I'm only here for love.
No more trouble.
No more struggle. No more strife.
With my faith.
With my faith I see the light.
I am free.
I am free in the Spirit.
Yes, I'm only here.
'Cause I'm only here for love.
I release.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Oh yeah, my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. My faith I see the light. Oh yeah, I'm free in the Spirit. 'Cause I'm only here for love. I am free in the Spirit. 'Cause I'm only here for love.
To holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy. I am. Holy, holy, holy. I am.
Sing out. Holy, holy, holy. See you sing.
Holy.
There we go. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, Soul Train. Let's sing with you. Let's sing.
Holy, holy, holy. I am. Holy, holy, holy.
Take it to church, yeah. Hold it, hold it.
Oh, we are holy.
Try to fill that role for you today. Happy Independence Weekend. I see some Christine is back there with her red, white, and blue, and you got your like fireworks t-shirt up here, Tamara. So, and just remember, if you're into fireworks, remember all those little doggies and people who
maybe don't like loud explosions happening at random times. So, and is it now illegal? But except Pilot Butte, completely illegal. I knew that was coming, and I'm very glad that it is. But it is just, you know what? In Hawaii, like the fireworks were a big. New Year's is a big deal because there's a lot of Asian culture there, right? And so that was a big thing. Oh, I need to stand on stage? Okay, well, I got to move some. I'll move this back. Donna, you can scoot that back. Okay. I wasn't even seeing you up there. So, we are a Wild Souls Sanctuary, right? And in honor, okay, oh, you guys knew it already. Oh! I was only going to do that today. As a reminder from last week, we're still resonating with our wolf howls, but Rafe Perlman, who was our speaker and musician last week, he had us all howling, right? And doing owl sounds and stuff. So that was for you, Rafe. I had Tamara video that so we can send it to him later today. Oh, one more time? Okay, ready? We're all going to howl like a wolf because we are a wild soul sanctuary. I love that no one is shy about doing that here. I love that. So Wild Soul Sanctuary just means, well, it means whatever you want it to mean, but for me it means a safe place to be exactly who you are, without judgment, and just whatever helps you be the fullest and kind of blossom into your, I was talking to Maddie, who's new here today, and I was just saying, it's about blossoming into who you were fully meant to be while you are here. So we encourage that, and whatever resonates with you. This is not about following rules and having judgment. This is about you coming into your full expression of yourself. So, our mission statement, let's read our mission statement together. Oh, good. Jane, you have it memorized. Good job. Okay. Okay, we're waiting for it to go up just in case you don't have it memorized. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. All right, and quick introduction. Like I said, my name is Claire Kubota. Our AV team, Chris, Nate, and Kevin are back there running our live stream. All of you who are watching on Zoom, hello. We welcome you. Hi, Dave and Linda Sullivan. They are on there every week. Suzanne Daly is on there every week. Probably Lisa Jordan is on there. And Michelle, whoever else, we are saying hello to you, and we welcome you. Genesis is doing kiddos today. We have our fabulous Soul Shine band up here. Woohoo! And then let's see, did I miss anyone else? Yeah, she's kind of a big deal. Reverend Jane Hiatt is our senior minister, so she'll be coming up in just a second. The only other thing, real quickly, to remember our chair, this is for people who are no longer with us, but you would like them to be here in spirit and just hold their energy here and send them love. They can be sitting right there in that chair with you, and you can help remember and bring their energy in here, whether they have passed or whether they are living elsewhere or are just not able to bring their bodies here, but in spirit they are here. You know that they are here. So, all right. Last week we changed it up a little bit, but we are switching prayer to be at the beginning. So we are going to invite Reverend Jane to come up and do a welcome prayer. But before she does, I guess before you get yelled at, you got to come up here too.
I know, I'm looking for a spot.
So Jane just got back from the Unity Worldwide Campus in Kansas City.
Yeah,
a
convention.
Mm-hmm. So, and I want, because I don't even really know what this convention thing was about. So tell us a little bit about what you got to do there, the fun stuff you got to do.
Okay, so I'm getting an echo. So we came together from all over the world, really, to be at this convention, and it's a place where, well, you get to see people that you know and love from other ministries, and what I found is that the very first time I went, I felt kind of shy because I didn't know anybody outside of our community here. I didn't know anybody there, but over the years, as I've gotten to go, then I've grown to know so many other leaders in the movement, and it's really cool because we talk with each other, and it's not just seeing one another and all the joy that brings, but finding out who's doing what and what good ideas are out there in the field and changing ideas like that. I got to see people that I had taught in Zoom classes that I've never met in person, and they were there for their first time at a Unity convention. There are talks that are there that are very stimulating, like there was one on healing religious trauma that I thought was so good and had concrete tools to use. There was like, what are we focusing on as a movement? There were talks like that. Breakout sessions. I went to one on leadership and developing that. It just so much. I could go on, and I haven't really totally digested it all because it's really packed. And when there was a little free time, we were probably getting together with somebody, so it was still packed. And I just got home late on Friday night while you were all howling here in the sanctuary. I was on a plane, so anyway, so I'm so grateful to all of you, because the reason I'm able to go to that convention and get recharged is because you provide that money through your donations. So thank you for that. So let's set a prayerful intention. Our theme today is free. And we know that there are many in the world who are not experiencing freedom in the outer world or in the inner world. And we ourselves do not always feel free. But we know the truth, that freedom comes from within. Freedom is who we are. And as we stand together, creating that field of energy, that knowing that all life, all freedom, all love comes from within, from that source of all creation. We send that out into the field. We create a global ecosystem of freedom, of unity, of deep wisdom, of loving kindness. For as we hold it in our hearts, as we know it in our minds, as we embody it in our beings, we reverberate into the field, and it becomes more accessible for all. And for this, we are so joyful. We hold this prayer now. We set this intention that today we understand more of how this works, and that we become an even greater vibration of positive light into our world. And so it is.
Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I
Let's say this together. Love is our ultimate reality, everywhere present and whole. It radiates abundantly and continually creates good in my life and in the world. Acknowledge the presence and power of love now. We see the people and circumstances we hold in prayer, healed and illumined by love, and so it is.
Well, wait, Eric, you can stay up. You know why? Because Dave, you have to come up here. Evelette, what time is it? What's our first celebration today? Happy birthdays. We always do at the beginning. Tamara reminded me this morning. It's the first Sunday of the month. So today, if all of you July birthdays, raise your hand. This is for you, Eric and Manissa. Anyone else? And your mom? Okay. All right, go for it. Happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. All right, Manissa's there to help you. Thank you, Eric. All right, now is celebrations. So my wonderful helper, Evelette, is going to bring you the mic so everyone online can hear you too.
Thank you. All right, so I am celebrating with the help of Kevin and Claire. We will be hosting our first Infinite Possibilities class by Zoom. It's starting July 10th. It's going to be online. It's only 90 minutes, and I'm saying it out loud because all of you that haven't connected, haven't come in, if you're online, this is your opportunity. When 792 members that wanted to be trained to do this came together online for 30 long hours. Everyone who was connected, and it's amazing. Allie Crane has joined part of our community since I did that training and is part of our prayer team now. This is an opportunity of a lifetime because I'm going to tell you a truth. If I were teaching this in the corporate world when I'm teaching people outside of Unity, they pay $250 a person for those 4 sessions. We're only doing it for 35 because we want everyone in this room to feel free and to be themselves and to get any limiting beliefs out of their systems to make every dream come true. I invite you to join me.
Okay, well, there you go. You took care of my announcements. I get to check that off my list. So yes, there's more information and registration on the website, on our website too, if you are interested in signing up. Jim, what do you got to celebrate today?
Hey, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I'm celebrating that my daughter Dominique is coming to visit us from Austin, Texas. And she lost her husband last year. And so this is going to be a healing trip for her. And we're going to really look forward to taking her all kinds of places and showing her around and helping her with that healing process. So we're celebrating her being here.
Yeah. I'm sure you're going to keep her busy. 10-mile hikes every day. You got those planned? Yep. All right. Who else? Dave. Dave always has something to celebrate, which is amazing.
Hi, my daughter back in the nursery, she has not even started college yet. She's got a dorm assignment, so it's all exciting, and that's funny. But she applied by writing a couple essays for what's called a Global Scholar, where she gets to do 2 weeks in Florence, Italy for free, basically. And she won, and she gets to do it, so congratulations.
Oh, how exciting. Your daughters, have you been to Italy? Okay, you have. I was going to say, it's kind of hard. It's hard as a parent when you...
Leave him here. We'll go visit.
Okay, yes. Yes, so anyone who wants to visit Grace in Florence, Italy, she'll let you know the date she's going to be there. Donna.
She wrote the most beautiful thank you note for the gifts I gave her for her graduation. But besides that, I'm going to say a name, and you may or may not know it, but I have an inner Bill Graham. I want my friends who are musicians to be out there and be successful. So on the 13th, my friend Chad, who's from Australia, I'm crying already, who's from Australia, who I haven't seen for years, is coming to a concert on Thursday, the 13th. You can come see me after about it. But more than that, the ability to get and help support musicians is part of my DNA, besides being a musician. So I'm really excited about it, and I'd love to see this room filled as well. And he does something called music mantras, so we're going to have a really fun time.
Yep. Information of that is on the calendar on our website too, so check it out. Who else? Okay, one more celebration, come on. Well, I'll do a celebration. Or Evelyn, you have a celebration. Tell them, oh, Leah has a celebration. Okay. And she lost a shoe. See? That's what happens when you wear slippers. You go,
In 2016, I became a member of an organization called Braver Angels that hosts discussions and compassionate communication workshops between Reds and Blues politically, and they are coming to Bend, and I'm so excited. So I get to meet with all these state organizers on Wednesday and learn more about how to bring it to our local community.
Yay. Oh, beautiful, Leah. Evelyn, why don't you finish up with this celebration? What do you got to celebrate?
Well, I'm celebrating a Jurassic tour that my brother and I really liked, and yeah.
You got to go to Portland last week and go see dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Super cool. Were you scared? At any point, were you scared?
No, my brother was freaked out though.
Your brother, Leon was a little bit scared? Yeah. Leon, were you a little bit scared? Yeah. Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, Earth celebration. Let's see. So, this is a story about a family of fishermen, and they had a turtle in their tub that was going to be eaten for a celebration, for a party. And this turtle cried and cried and cried, and so this family said, we cannot eat this turtle, and they have now changed their careers to doing turtle rescue. And I'm trying to remember if it says whether it's in Spain or somewhere in Latin America. But they started the journey of the Becerra family on conservation work, and as of writing, they have caught, documented, and released 814 green sea turtles and olive ridley sea turtles. The entire family has switched from careers in fishing to careers in conservation. So, yep, that poor little turtle, he saved all hundreds and hundreds of turtles, and who knows how many more. I thought that was a really sweet story. And is Anne-Marie here? She is not. She probably texted me and I didn't check. Okay, so we're going to hold off on what she was going to do this week till we'll probably do it next week. All right, Genesis and Evelyn are going to do a special art project today. And before they go off, we are going to do a blessing. Well, do you want to tell them about the little art project they're going to do? Okay. Yeah, here, Tamara, you can grab Tamara's. Yes, if there's anyone else any other kiddos who want to come and do, Genesis will tell you about a cool art project you're going to do today, if you want to go. No, you're going to turn, is it green or red? Or blue? We need it here. There you go. You're ready to go.
Good morning. So today, Evelyn and I are going to create art with heart, and it's focused on peace and oneness. And it's also in relation to our 4th of July celebration. So I'm excited to share that with Evelyn, and maybe whatever art we come up with, we can show next Sunday. So that'll be great. So.
Yeah. And then we're hopefully going to take it to a big conference in Chicago, and that will be happening. So, yes, we can't wait to see what you guys do. Have fun. All right. right. Now, announcements. We already got some of them. Oh, wait. We got to do the blessing. Thank you. Okay. We appreciate the holy light you are. We see the Christ light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. All right, you guys have fun. All right, announcement time, all the fun stuff that we got to do. Who was here at Rafe's concert on Friday night? This place was packed. I posted a little video I took of it, and you will, so on our Facebook page, if you go check that out. It was full. We had people dancing everywhere. He went till almost 10 o'clock, and it was amazing. And our guest musicians, Dave and Chris on the drums, and is it Megan? Kelly. Kelly was doing bass, and so super, super powerful. So thank you all who came. And then like Donna said, we've got another amazing concert coming up in July. So let's support these musicians. Man, it is not an easy life, and the expenses of traveling and doing that. Charlotte, did you have something you want to share? We need to get her the mic, and you know how to turn it.
Ref was totally amazing. But I need to throw a kudos to Dave. His piano was so amazing. I mean, you are such a blessing to this community, and you are so talented, and I so appreciate everything you do.
Yep. Awesome. That means a lot, because it is a big, when someone special comes in, we're all excited and like, oh, look at how great they. And then the people who are here, like showing up every single week and playing their amazing hearts out, like they need regular kudos too. So thank you, Charlotte. That was beautiful. Yep. Dave and the entire Soulshine team. You guys are a very huge part. Our service would not be the same without you. Okay, announcements. Let's see. I know one of them. Okay, so ongoing events, just so you know, just to keep our announcements shorter during service, like the men's group, the women's group, the meditation and heart share, Course in Miracles, things like that. We're not going to regularly be announcing them every Sunday because they happen all the time. So know that those are always going to, they're on the TV, they're on the chalkboard, they're on our calendar, they're on the printed calendar. So lots of places for you guys to see those. So be sure to check those too. We're not going to be announcing every single thing in here, just more special events that don't happen regularly that you don't already know about. Okay, so be sure to check those out. All right. Okay, spirit group. Colinda is going to lead this spirit group, Earth Care, Regeneration. And so it's going to be starting next week, Tuesday, right? So in the evenings, and it's on Zoom. So those of you that are watching online, you can participate too. You don't have to be in Bend. A lot of times when I do Zoom spirit groups, what spirit groups are is typically small groups, 6 to 8 people, and you read a book together or watch video. I've done one on TED Talks, spiritual related TED Talks, things like that. And you study together and just share. Sometimes you share snacks together and just read together, and it's really fun to have discussions and people to connect with and kind of have an understanding at a deeper level and share different ideas. So if you're interested in joining, again, registration, all these things are on the website. Okay. Infinite Possibilities class. This is Tamara's class that she talked about. So more details, that's the book that it's based on by Mike Dooley, The Art of Living Your Dreams. So, and she is a certified instructor like she shared. So be sure to sign her up, and that is starting next week, Monday, 4 weeks, from 6 to 7:30 on Zoom. Okay. Save the date. So did everyone get a little blue card with your reminder? For July 16th, we are not having service here. We are going to Annie and Chris Taponi's farm, which is out towards Tumalo a little bit. It's kind of between here and Redmond. I would say, like a 10-minute drive from here. And we're going to have barbecue. We're going to have band. They have a band called Lighter Lights. It's an alternative folk band, but they're going to play for service and then afterwards. So we'll have fun, different, and Soulshine's going to be playing too. Okay. And So bring a camp chair, bring something to barbecue, if an appetizer or side to share, and if anyone has a cornhole or a slip and slide or whatever, come see me, because we would love to have, we've got space to have those things set up. So it's going to be super fun. Hope you can join us. And if you did not get one of those cards, be sure to grab one on the way out so you have the address of where to go. Okay, what is next? Oh, is that it? Okay, see, we got through all of our announcements. All right, and now I would like to invite Soulshine up to do the song, and then Jane will come up and do her talk called Free.
Say everything can be replaced, yet every distance is not near. So I remember every face, every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be released.
They say every man needs protection. They say every man must fall. So I swear I see my reflection someplace high above the wall. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be released.
Standing next to me in this lonely crowd is a man who swears he's not to blame.
All day long I hear him hollering so loud, just crying out that he was framed. Sing with us. I see my light come shining in from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be released. I see my light
Hi. It's nice to be back. So, talking about freedom, I was reflecting on it. There are all these aspects. There's freedom from, there's freedom to, there's freedom for. And so I actually organized my talk a little bit because of that. I guess I think about freedom because here it is, the 4th of July coming up, and we're all celebrating and watching fireworks and doing whatever we're doing, celebrating the freedom that this country represents, even though we know that neither the story nor the reality are completely free. So, having acknowledged that, the story is still important. It's a pivotal story, just like the story of the Exodus is a pivotal story for the Jewish people. It may not be true in most of the details of it, but it's a story that has stayed in the consciousness and is a guiding story. And when we study it from a metaphysical point of view, rather than did this literally happen, there is great wisdom that we can gain from it. And so we can take a story like the Revolutionary War and the Declaration of Independence and all of that, and without arguing about how much of it was actually true or should they have not done this, we can gain great wisdom. And so if we look at it as a story of freedom from oppression, it has powerful wisdom in it. The story that we are told is that the British Empire was an oppressive empire, taking away from the people in this country what they felt was rightfully theirs, ignoring the fact of what they were taking away from the people who actually lived here. But that's still the story. That was their consciousness at the time. For us, we have stories of how we are oppressed, how there are others who are keeping from us the freedom, the rights that we desire. And each one of us has our own stories of what that may be. There's a man who I read about. His name is Shaka Senghor. Shaka Senghor grew up in Detroit. He was one of 5 children. His dad worked for the government. His mom was a stay-at-home mom who was violent. And the children, she took it out on the children. He was a straight A student. He aspired to be a doctor. He came home one day when he had an A+ on his report card. He was excited, and he thought, Mom's going to be happy, because he didn't know what would make her happy or not happy. And he told her he's got this A+, and she threw a pot at him that shattered the tile wall behind him. So this gives you an idea of what he grew up with. There are many people in our country and in our world who are growing up in states of profound trauma. And some of them are here in this room. And that trauma is forming how they believe they have opportunity in this world. What happened for Shaka after that incident, that his parents, who had never gotten along and had had lots of fights and continued to fight, they got divorced. And he was just so bereft with everything that was going on in his young life that he ended up taking to the streets. And he found approval there. He found community there. Unfortunately, he found it in a setting where they were doing very destructive, violent things. But he knew violence. And so it wasn't so hard for him to imagine how to be part of that. It finally led to a point where he murdered somebody. And he went to prison. And so he was not free. He had not been free inside himself. He had been oppressed by his mother. And now he felt oppressed by the system, even though, we might say, excuse me, even though we might say he deserved it because he had murdered somebody, he didn't necessarily feel that way. He just was locked in a story of oppression. He was locked up in a story that he had no freedom, no rights, no love. And he spent about 7 years in prison, in and out of solitary confinement, just getting into all the things you hear about that happen in prison, all the violence that is available there. And one day he got a letter from his son. Somewhere along the line he had fathered a child, and this son wrote to him and said, "Dear Daddy, please don't murder anymore. God will take care of you. God is watching over you." And there was something about the innocence of that child's letter that shifted something inside of him. And he said to himself, "I will not let this be the legacy I leave my son." And he began to meditate. He began to take advantage of the educational opportunities that were there in that prison. He turned his life around. When he was released from prison years later, he became a vocal advocate for prison reform. He went around talking to young people and telling them about their choices. He taught classes at the University of Michigan. He authored 2 books. He was a fellow at the MIT Media Group. He made something beautiful of his life. He found purpose. But he started from a place of believing that he was oppressed. And truly he was. As a child, he was literally oppressed. But somehow he grew from that. He began to recognize in prison that there were oppressors within him that he had to overcome. And that is true for each one of us. We have inner oppressors that we need to overthrow. That we have oppressors like our fears, the fear of failure. I would do this except I'm afraid. I'm afraid I won't succeed. I'm afraid I will succeed. I'm afraid people will make fun of me. I'm afraid people won't like what I'm doing. I'm afraid I won't be good enough at it. I'm afraid I'm not worthy of it. These fears that we cart along with us from wherever they have their origin are oppressors because they are stopping us from being who we came here to be. We are oppressed by our limiting beliefs. I don't have enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm not good enough. It's so easy to imagine this. I remember when I first had a call to be a minister, thinking that, well, I really feel like this is something that is coming from within, that I'm being called to, but I don't think I could do it. I don't know how I would do it. And I remember I was watching a concert with Tina Turner, and she was singing, "I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends." And I listened to that song and I thought, well, I could do a talk on that. And then I was in the car the next day and I had Johnny Lang blasting on the radio and one of his songs was coming and I thought, I could do a song on that. And I mean, not a song, trust me, not a song. I could do a talk on that. and I realized, oh, the help will be provided. But I couldn't see yet what that would look like. I had no idea. I could not have imagined this at that time. But I had to break through from the oppression of the fears that said I couldn't do it. I wouldn't know how. And for each one of us, we have, at every stage along the line, there's the next thing that's emerging. Something that we feel inside of us, yeah, I should do that. But we tell ourselves we can't. We're not always living in that space, but we have lived in that space. It's almost like a developmental stage that we need to go through culturally. And the important thing is for us to realize that it's an oppressor that we must overthrow. All the unhealed stuff that we carry with us, I talked about the trauma, whether it's some big trauma that you had, or it's, trauma isn't a competition. So you can't say, oh, well, they had it so much worse than I did, so mine doesn't count. Yours is whatever yours is, whatever hand you were dealt in life. If you haven't done the work, if you haven't healed that, it's still tied to you and it is oppressing you. It is preventing you from being who you came here to be. And then there's just since we were 2, nobody's going to tell me what to do. We'd like to think we have outgrown our 2-year-old stance, but in truth, just let somebody tell you you have to do anything, right? Even when we do the offering time, we just do pretzel kind of gymnastics up here, trying to find a way to communicate to you that it's important for you to contribute to us because this is a community, it belongs to all of us, and we need money to function. And we want to say that without raising the hackles of, you telling me I have to give? That's just one example. But there's all kinds of other things that come up that we get into that space of nobody's telling me what to do. I'm going to do the opposite. Like Groucho Marx once said, whatever it is, I'm against it. That belief is an oppressor. It's an oppressor. There's a cost to freedom. Those who are serving in the military, they're giving the cost of their lives when they're fighting for freedom. But whatever kind of freedom we want, we have to pay a price. Freedom isn't free, so to speak. We have to pay for it. And we pay for it by doing things like holding fast to our dreams, whatever they may be, not letting them go because it seems too hard, but holding fast, believing in our dreams, believing in ourselves. We pay for them by telling the truth. What is my truth? It's easy to blame an oppressor, a boss, a spouse, a friend who we feel is not treating us well. But we don't speak up and say, this is my truth, in a way that they can hear. Sometimes we have to do it more than once. And that can be hard. If you've been raised to be safe by keeping your mouth shut, and many of us were, then speaking up and saying what is truth when it will make someone uncomfortable is hard. It's the price that we have to pay. We have to set boundaries. We can't say, you're oppressing me, you keep doing this, you're abusing me in certain ways, and we don't set a boundary. And it's frightening to set boundaries. But we have to do that. We have to set boundaries with others. We have to set boundaries with ourselves. I can't say my job is exhausting me if I don't set any boundaries and take time for myself. And that's not always easy, because there's always more job, at least in ministry. I don't know about your jobs, but in my job, there's always more I could be doing. And I feel like I should be doing, and I want to be doing. And it's hard for me to just stop. And then if I take too much time, then I tell myself, oh, you're not working hard enough. It's like, where did that belief come from? That's an oppressive belief. And each one of you has your own. Because if you were completely free, completely evolved, you probably would be done now. And you would have moved on to the next plane. So if you're here and you're still breathing, you probably still have some work to do. The other thing we have to do is we have to stand together. Because freedom isn't just individual. It's for everyone. So we stand together with our earth. We stand together with all peoples. We stand together with each other. That's why in our mission statement we started with, we stand together. Because we don't create what we want to create all by ourselves. We create something worthy all by ourselves. But something that is big enough to be worth coming here onto this planet at this time requires us to stand together. So, freedom from the oppressors without and within has a cost. And why do we pay that? For the freedom to. The freedom, essentially, to be the one we came here to be. I mean, we want freedom to do this, to do that, all those do's. But really, it's about the freedom to be the one we came here to be. And the key in that is in the word one. Because if we remember that who we really are is one with the one, the holy good, the all, the source, when we remember we are one with that, then we also begin to remember the power that is ours. Like the power of imagination, for example. Remember, Bobby Kennedy said, you see things as they are and ask why. I see things as they are not and ask why not. We are here to be dreamers, to dream a new world, a more evolved world that we are here to birth into being. And we cannot do that if we are still under the thumb of the oppressors from within. So we stand together. And there are tools, there are 3 tools. Commitment. If we are not committed to this, it's not going to happen. Discipline. It takes discipline and sacrifice. Those are the three. Discipline is what Shaka Sengar adopted in prison. For him, it was the discipline of meditation. And that's a discipline that many of us take on. Or do we? Is it an occasional thing? Oh, maybe today I'll meditate. Or is it a practice? It's discipline. You commit to something and then you have discipline to do it. When it's uncomfortable, which it often is. Because only in the discipline do we find the fruit that comes from it. We have to sacrifice. It's not easy to do this. We have to sacrifice, for one thing, our old stories of limitation. That's a big one to sacrifice. You think about the river, we can learn so much from the earth. The river flows so freely, and it's such a wonderful metaphor for us, a teacher of what freedom looks like. But how does the river get to be free? What did you say? Practice. Well, practice, perhaps. But really, it's the riverbed. The riverbed is what allows the water in the river to run freely. It's restriction. If you're in a committed relationship doesn't always feel good, if you haven't noticed. But it's the commitment that you make that allows you to grow if you will use it in that way. And you find sweetness that you could not have found. It's funny, I was listening to just the random playlist on my phone on my way here, and there was a song about some woman about like, why do you keep looking elsewhere? Why wasn't that first kiss enough for you? When you felt something, why didn't you stay in it? You have to keep looking. Maybe there's something out there, something out there. And we're kind of like that sometimes, aren't we? We have something that's wonderful right here. It might be a relationship, it might be a community like this, and then something happens that we don't like. I mean, that's like the story of life. Something is going to happen that we don't like. And when that happens, if we run the other way and we say, oh, I don't like this. I don't like the way that person looked at me. I don't like the talk they gave that day. I don't like that they said the word God, or I don't like, whatever it might be. Whatever the group we are in. If we use that as a reason to move on, then we don't get to stay in the game and earn what could be there for us. We are here to be the ones. There's an emergent field. It's a funny thing with dreams. Like I was talking about my dream to be a minister, and all I was doing was focusing on the talk. Could I manage to come up with a talk again and again? That I just didn't have really any concept beyond that. And it was only in stepping into it, as I moved along, more was revealed. And I kept getting to grow into the more. And that's true whatever our dreams are. We can't see them fully. We can't see the world that we long for. We know bits and pieces. We want justice for all. We want a world that works for everyone, including the earth. We want a dream, our dream in unity. Our mission statement is to create a global ecosystem, which implies that it works for the earth, but it works for everybody. We want something where there is unity, not all this separation, but oneness, and people know that and they feel it. They don't approach people as the other. Strangers or friends we just haven't met yet. That's the world we want, unity. Deep wisdom. All the teachings that we have heard as we've studied spiritually. We want that wisdom available to all and practiced by all. Not just, oh, I read the book, check. We want that alive. And loving kindness. Oh, how we want that. That's our mission here. That's what we're committed to. You know, there's all different ideas on what a mission statement should be. And I don't know if we got it right. You know, how do you measure? How do you measure if you did it? People ask. And I don't know, a global ecosystem, that's hard to measure. But I think we measure it with stories. We measure it with knowing within. And what's important to me is that this is our intention, that we're putting our life energy in so many ways into this as a community and as individuals who make up this community. Because this is the dream that we want, and it's an emergent field, so by definition, we don't know what it will look like. We get glimpses, we get visions, but our task is to move forward toward that, to be freedom fighters, to move toward the good that is the truth of who we are, all of us. So what can you do? What can you do? You can know who you are. You are the one expressing in this beautiful color, flavor, texture, form that you are occupying in this world. Our expressions are different, but our identity is the same. We are the one. You can know that. You can know what dreams are coming through you and hold to them with faith. You can overthrow the oppression of your limited thinking. You can stand together with this community and with all people and with the earth. You can make choices that are in alignment with the good that we aspire to bring forth into this world. You can contribute to this community, to this world, with your time, with your talents, and with your treasures. You are here to bring us all into a place of freedom, a place where all of us can experience unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. You are not a spare part. Every one of us together is essential. Whether this is the first time you have showed up here, or whether you've been here from day one, whether you are young on the planet or seasoned, you are important. We stand together. We are here to be the ones we came to be. So I'm going to invite you into a meditation now to reflect on that. Who have you come here to be? What is oppressing you? What belief? What experience? What old story? What is it that you need to do to overthrow that oppression? What is the dream that you need to stand for and bring into form. Let's spend some time in meditation doing that.
Lost on a painted sky where the clouds are hung for the poet's eye. You may find him, if you may find him, there on the distant shore, by the wings of dreams, through an open door. You may know him, and the one God will make for your day. Sing as a song in search of a voice that is silent, and the sun God will make for your way. And we dance to a whispered voice, overheard by the soul, undertook by the heart. And you may know it, if you may know it, while the sand would become the stone, which begat the spark, turned to living bone. Holy, holy, song to be. As a page it aches for a word which speaks on a theme that is timeless, and the one God will make for your day. Sing as a song in search of a voice that is silent, and the one God will make for your way. Dear Father, we dream, we dream, we dream, while we may. Who are we to need? We need while we wait, while we wait. Lonely looking sky, lonely sky, lonely looking sky.
Beautiful. We're going to, in a minute, yep. Victor's ready to keep going. I'm ready for him to keep going too. That was so beautiful. This is a really powerful community. This is a really powerful place. This is why I'm here every Sunday. So you got me started, Carol. I was trying to imagine what I would say. I mean, what this place means to me. You know, this is why there's a continuing theme in our talks each week, and it's about finding the power within who you are and recognizing the beauty inside of you. But that's a really hard path to figure out a lot of times. We just get stuck and we don't know how, you know, and you read things and you watch an inspirational movie, but, you know, and you listen to a talk, and some things resonate and some things don't, and then you go home and you're like, okay, I'm really going to do it. Like, I really feel connected. I really feel inspired. And we continue on our path. So it takes practice. It's a lot of work. Our spiritual teachings here are very different from traditional religious teachings where it's like, here are the rules. You do A, B, C, D, and this is what you do, and then you will go to heaven, and you will be saved, and that's way easier to do. Right? I mean, this is hard, because it's like, oh, I'm responsible for this. It's not someone outside, and if I just follow these rules and do this, then everything will be great. It's about, oh, yeah, there's nobody else to blame. There's nobody, it's all falls on your shoulders. So it's a hard practice, but that's why we're here every week, to remind ourselves and to stay on track and to say, this is what I need to hear, and this is how I stay inspired. So, do we have any new people? This is our time where we just want to welcome. If this is your first time here, we are so glad that you're here, and we hope it resonated with you and that you may choose to come back. And I know I met Joyce and Maddie before service, so welcome you too. And then you must have snuck in after I had to start coming up here. But if you feel inclined, this is just a beautiful way for our community to say hello to you. So if you want to share kind of what brought you here, your name, and if you live in Bend, and then I encourage the rest of our community, if you want to go say hello and just welcome them, that would be great. Joyce, you feel brave? No. But she's working. She told me, she said, I'm really working on just getting myself out there. So good job, Joyce.
I'm Joyce Mason.
Hold the mic up, because the people online can't hear you. If you.
Joyce Mason. And I just moved to Bend in May from Arizona. I've been
welcome.
in Unity for an awful long time. I actually worked for 10 years at the Unity of Phoenix.
Wow, beautiful. Good. What did you do there?
All kinds of things. I
All kinds.
started in the accounting, and I ended up as facilities and operations manager.
That's kind of the way it rolls, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Oh, somebody needs to do this? All right, I guess I'll do that too. Yeah.
And it was
Great.
wonderful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I've been back to the Unity Village twice.
Oh, you have? So, yes, you got to see where Jane was just at the Unity Village. I know. I hope to go there one day. Would you like to say hi, Kira? You feeling brave? Sure.
Feeling shy.
You're feeling shy? Well, you just share what you
Do
feel
I have
comfortable.
to stand up?
You don't need to stand up, just the mic, so as long as the online people can hear you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kira Seto. I live here in Bend. I know some of the folks here. I lead a community singing group, so I'm like seeing some familiar faces.
Are you friends with Heather Pearson, who was just here?
Yes.
Do you
I
do
know
Open
Heather.
Hub?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, with Ian.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, good, I'm
I
so
sing
glad
with
you came.
Russell and Lisa Swisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been curious about Unity, so I thought I'd come take a gander. And I'm embarrassed to say, I thought Rafe was coming this weekend, so I was like expecting. I was like, "Where's Rafe?"
Oh.
And then I was like, "Oh, whoops."
He just left.
Yeah,
Sorry, yep.
it's okay.
He'll be back, though. He promised he'll be back.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Kira. We got another person. Okay. I love it when we have new people who would like to share. It's always fun meeting new people. Randy.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, I'm Randy Brooks. I live just down the road here, Tumalo, real close by. I'm a nurse, and I'm just happy to be here and could use more love in my life, and found out that this sort of thing was here. I didn't, be honest with you, know that there were churches out there that didn't have these rules of you got to do these things, or you're a terrible, awful person. So,
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. We like to say we're one of the best kept secrets in Bend. So, welcome, Randy, and thank you for your beautiful work as a nurse. You guys, would you like to say something? You're not new. You've been here for a long, long time.
I'm new.
And then
I do feel new.
You do feel new?
Yeah, right. Rafe brought out the wild.
Oh!
And that is new always by nature, right? It is not tamed. He touched a place that is so sacred. It really brought a new life stream, I think, into this community. I don't think any of us are unchanged. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you because he sourced what the cantors of the Torah have recited for thousands of years. He sourced it from the wild. And it was so, it's a quantum leap. We're all new. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, see, that's why you not only need to come to Sunday Talk, but you come to concert because, yeah, you never know what's going to spark or what you're going to connect with. Maddie, do you want to share? Yay. Yay. Her cute ladybug and bee jacket. I just love that.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I live in Bend. I moved here in October. So mostly just been here over the winter and haven't really been out too much. I'm a mental health therapist. So I see clients on Zoom. I work from home, which also means I haven't met many people or really put myself out there. Yeah, my fiance and I moved here and we didn't know anyone in Bend before moving, so I found you guys on a Google search. Just looked up, I think I was looking up like meditation groups or spiritual groups, and you guys came up, and so I'm really happy to be here.
Yay!
Yeah, thanks for being so welcoming.
Yeah. We're a pretty nice crowd here, aren't we? And we do, if you are looking for meditation, yes, Thursday evening, Sarah does a beautiful meditation and heart share. And it's about 20 minutes of meditation, and then you just reflect as a small group on what resonated for you or what you're seeking or what you need support in, and it's just a really beautiful, if you haven't gotten to know Sarah, that is her calling, what she really is trying to connect with and hold that beautiful space for people. So if you want to reach out to Sarah about that, but that may be something, just be curious, and just that may be something that helps you connect and find that place within you. All right, and now is our offering time. It was funny because Jane was sharing about it. After being president of the board for years and now being operations director, I'm always going, okay, how do we take the churchy part, because a lot of us have, kind of church trauma about, it's like tithing. That word was a tax. You had to pay the church. It was a tax that you paid. We don't want to charge people. We hope that this inspires you. But I wanted to say a couple of things, because this is not a cheap endeavor to run. This takes a lot of funding to pay for this facility and to pay our minimal staff for the work that they do and just to keep lights on. So one thing I just wanted to throw out, and you can take it, see if it resonates with you, but if you are not currently giving, just think about what would it feel like if I gave $25 a month? Is that something I feel like I could do and resonate with that? If you have been giving for a while, but you've been at the same amount for a few years, maybe say, what would it feel like if I increased 10%? Could I do that? What would that feel like? Could I try it? And if it doesn't work, then switch it back. You're not committed. But I just want to think about if you have increased, if you are one who, every year, nope, this is what I feel like. I reevaluate where I'm at, and this is what I feel like I would like to contribute, and this is what I believe in, then make adjustments, and we so appreciate that. So thank you very much. So our greeters are going to go around with baskets. Otherwise, I know many of you do auto donation, which we have online, an super easy way that you can set up. We have PayPal, and we have QR codes that you can scan to give, because I know a lot of people don't always carry cash in pocket. So if you have questions about that, but we thank you for your contribution. It is so appreciated, because like I said, man, I need this place. I think a lot of us can say that this is something that we want to support and see continue and grow and prosper. And welcome all the new beautiful people like Randy and Joyce and Kira and Maddie who just found us. So, all right. Okay, let me get out of your way. Okay, gratitude song. Feel free to dance and sing.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. Thank you for I got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby. I just want to say thank you.
Mahalo.
I just want to say thank you. Muchas gracias. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Woo! I love doing that. At the end of that song, you do your little boom. Okay. Thank you. All right. We're going to bless our gifts because we want to fill them with this beautiful energy. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Russell and Helen and Sarah. What I forgot to do, new people I saw, and Randy reminded me when he put in the offering basket, we have these blue cards. We also, out on one of the tables, we have just an email sign-up sheet, but we send out a newsletter every Wednesday that just, here's what the talk is coming up on Sunday, here are classes we have going on, here's how to connect, here's, did you know that you can watch previous talks on our website, and here's how to do that, yada, yada, all that kind of stuff. So if you just give me your email list, we will get you on that newsletter list. And then, let me see, I'm just thinking, because I know we have prayer claims come up, but I think I got all the things. So we finish up with our prayer chaplains. If you are a prayer chaplain, come on up here. But this is basically what these people do, is help you remember and focus on what you're at. But a lot of times, you know how we get on our pity pots and something's not feeling right and we just need a little extra support from someone. These are beautiful people who can do it. Donna and Kevin and Tamara and Jim and Colinda and Dave. But they will do a one-on-one prayer so you can say, here's what I need support and here's what I need an affirmation, because we also intersperse the word prayer also means affirmation here. So if you would like a prayer afterwards, come up and see one of these lovely, lovely people. And we are together going to read our kind of how we close up our prayer of intention, but this is how we close up service and head off into that great big world out there. Holy light shines within and all around me. I am of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. And so it is. Namaste. Have a beautiful week. Thank you all for coming.
Here we go one more time. I got